Hey, what's up guys, Matt Shiny here, come back with a brand new video for you guys. Now today we're going to be talking about a topic I have pretty much avoided, and that's talking about a Rio sale, or honestly at this point the potential lack thereof. Now there's a lot of different options and different ways this could go, and we're going to be talking about that after a quick word from our sponsor RIO Digital. Today's sponsor is RIO Digital. Now if you've ever wanted clothing with a CSGO sticker on it, now is your chance. Now RIO offers sticker designs that have been sent over to Valve, and if Valve accepts them, he can no longer sell those products. So if you want something, it's better to grab it earlier than later. RIO is a small creator who does this on the side for a passion project rather than for profit. It's important to remember you're working with a small business, which means pretty much everything is customizable. All it takes is one DM. And since all the clothing is done by a professional company, it's all going to be top tier. And if you want to order, you better do it quick as the deadlines for Christmas are fast approaching, and don't forget to use code MASTERSHINY at checkout for an extra discount. Thank you so much RIO for sponsoring today, and back to the video. Now because I haven't made a video talking about this in quite a fair bit, and not especially talking about a potential sale, there's a lot I want to talk about. The first thing I want to talk about is a lot of people have been pointing out in the past that pretty much every single capsule has been profitable to a certain extent. It's something I like to say a lot because it's true. Even something as bad as the Champions capsule from Antwerp was profitable at one time. Obviously you can look at the prices for Antwerp, it's not profitable now, and therefore that brings up the question of should you be investing into this Rio, possibly just because the quantity is going to be so low. And we can check out the market quantity. Even though I don't like market quantity, here it shows how drastic things have gotten. There's less than 500 for every single capsule other than the Legends autograph, and interestingly enough I want to focus in on that Legends autograph capsule because this has been taking so long to get to the point of a sale. We have seen a ton of profit come from the autograph capsule recovery for the Legends. This is the graph here, and usually what happens with the capsule is the price will slowly start to decrease, especially throughout the length of the major, just because people think a sale is going to be coming up, and therefore we might get down to maybe that 50 to 75 cent range just because people bought it on accident, they can't refund it, and they just want to sell it on the market for whatever reason. You can see here it was 60 cents, but the thing is it's taken 2 whole weeks from that point to the point now where the capsule has made a full recovery. Along with every other capsule, they're on the market for a minimum of $1. And I bring this up because I think this truly shows how low the demand is for these capsules, because we have seen so few quantity listed on the market, so few opened if you've watched some of my past videos, that the demand for the Rio capsules is pretty much non-existent when Antwerp is a cheaper alternative. Now when the sale comes up, we're gonna raise that question again and see how it compares, but at this point there would be no reason in my opinion because of such low demand. Now talking about the sale itself, we're gonna head over to Antwerp for a comparison. Obviously the capsule sale was released on June the 2nd, and the thing is the major ended on May the 22nd. There was a 10-day gap between the major ending and the sale being released, not even mentioning the Champions capsule or anything else. That's a 10-day gap. We fast forward to today for what we've got going on for Rio, and you can see here that that first green dot on the 24th of November was that 10-day gap, and you look down here, we're on December 9th, and that's a 25-day gap. That is 2.5 times longer what we saw for Antwerp, and almost an entire month has gone by where we have not seen the Rio sale. Now I don't really go too much into demand for stickers, but the thing is outsiders did win the major, and therefore I would think their sticker would be pretty popular. Their glitter sticker is listed at around $1.30-ish. There's 150 on the market, but the thing is there's literally only 34 4x crafts of this sticker. I mean, that's so absurdly low. To give you a comparison, Antwerp has about 2,000 of these. Now obviously there is some difference here because we are talking about Antwerp post-sale versus Rio pre-sale, but the fact is there is literally 2% of Rio crafts compared to what there is for Antwerp. Now the first thing I want to talk about is the ROI for Rio, because I'm a big ROI guy. ROI for Rio has improved slightly, but the thing is it's still absolutely terrible, and something I highly recommend you're not really spending any money opening. On average you're getting much less than what you would have with Antwerp or Stockholm pre-sale, and therefore at this point I would say it's pretty much not worth it at all. Even with the sale price at 25 cents, sense, you can see here it's still not a very good idea. Other thing I want to mention is the Dust 2 Rio Package. Now this is the last time we're going to be seeing Dust 2 for at least one major, most likely two at the bare minimum, and therefore that brings up the investing opportunity. Now I'm actually going to start picking up a couple of these just because of the prices we're seeing for the Stockholm and Antwerp Dust 2 packages. Those prices are up significantly, and although I didn't think it was very sustainable at the start, and I'm still pretty against it now, there is the potential there that the Rio package could see a pretty decent height increase because of when it gets removed, and therefore I'm picking up some just to have them on hand. Now let's talk about the potential for a sale. Now I feel like a sale is the most common thing people are expecting to happen, and there's good reason for it. Honestly, most of money for Valve from every single major, I would be willing to bet comes after the sale. We don't have specific numbers because it's very hard to track, but I would be willing to bet that the majority of the value comes after the sale because that's when you're getting all your investors picking up capsules, and that's when pretty much every average player is going to buy a capsule. Why would you buy a capsule for $1 when you know a sale is coming? The only possibility I could see with Rio though is that they're not going to have a large sale. What they could have is maybe a 50% off sale, something we've mentioned in the past because of other factors, but they could have that here because they're going to be sacrificing some value here. But by the time Paris rolls around in just over 5-6 months, they're going to have the precedent set that we're only receiving a 50% off sale, and therefore one, people are going to be more likely to buy before the sale for Paris, and two, people are going to be much more willing to buy at that 50-cent price point because they know this isn't the first major when that's happening. The market's going to have time to adjust and react with Stockholm and Antwerp, the only two capsules at this point which are really sitting below that 25-cent threshold that actually came from a major, obviously excluding RMR. And therefore, when the market has that time to react, I think it's going to be much more likely that if this is something they want to do for Paris, it's actually a real possibility. Now, talking about a sale in general, now I think a sale in general is bound to happen for Valve, or at the bare minimum, we're going to get a statement. See, what happened with Antwerp is obviously, if you don't remember, we got a statement saying you have 1 week left to purchase your items, and I think that's definitely going to happen here again for Rio. This statement is a very bad move for investors, but the thing is, for Valve, a money focused company that doesn't really care about their investors, there's no downside to doing so, and therefore they're going to be making a decent amount of money because they're creating a lot of FOMO and kind of using some mean psychology tricks to get people to buy in when necessarily they probably weren't thinking so. They're creating implied scarcity, and therefore the product overall is going to become more valuable in the consumer's eyes. I've got a full video about it here if you want to learn a little bit more on that, but the thing is, Valve are not going to miss out on this opportunity, whether that comes in the form of a very large 75% off sale, whether that comes in the form of a 50% off sale, or whether that comes in the form of no sale, but they're still going to inform the players. You combine that with the fact we've got fewer skins released this year than ever, and it's quite obvious something else has taken their priority that we're not seeing. But that's really all I have for today, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.